Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Thank you guys all so much for joining me today. Today we're going to be doing some polygel nails from Nail Reserve. We're going to be trying out these gorgeous polygel colors. Like I said, I really love this formula. They're vegan, cruelty-free, 90-free formula. And these are 30 milliliters each. I do have my application already done. I will be showing you guys that later on throughout the video. But we're also going to go ahead and be trying out this new MelodySusie S-M200F Nail drill. I don't know, I like to call it a drill. I prefer to call it an efile. Let's go ahead and open it up. So we do have our warranty information. We have our user instruction manual. Let's open it up. We get our mortar and handpiece. So here we have the efile. It's a beautiful light pastel pink color. I changed my lighting so you guys are able to actually see how everything looks. Here's the handpiece. Now let's go ahead and check what's under here. So we do get two bits. Up first, we have a large barrel ceramic medium coarse bit. This is perfect for removal and or debulking. Then we have this sort of medium safety round bit. This is perfect for debulking and removing product as well. And this rounded top helps if you're afraid of cutting yourself, especially when sealing or removing product around the cuticle area. We get a USB-C cable to charge our efile. We also do get the power adapter, which is something great. Most efiles do not include it. So we do get 5 diamond cuticle bits. We also do have a mandrel bit and some sanding bands. I do love this bit in particular. I will be showing you guys how to use it to achieve the perfect prep to get your cuticles looking like this. We get a pack of sanding bands. We also do have our power cord here. It does have these coils here, and these basically help your efile not tangle around. Lastly, we have here our clear handpiece holder. And now let's go ahead and put our efile all together. They do have the handpiece holder here on this end. Unfortunately, I feel like if you're left-handed, it's better to put it on this side, but they do not have that option. Just a little thing that I noticed. So we do have a light pastel pink mortar with an LCD screen. It is pink. It displays the battery charge, RPM speed, and the rotation direction. So we do have 2 buttons here, one to pause and the other one to switch the direction of the rotation. It's a very small and cute motor, but very high quality cordless motor as well. So here's how the handpiece looks. It's a gorgeous kind of rose gold color. Aluminum alloy, and also do want to just point out how extremely quiet it is. It's also very lightweight, only 0.54 pounds. So for a little comparison, I want to show you guys the difference between this handpiece. You guys can see it's much more shorter and skinnier. It's also way lighter than my previous efile. It is rechargeable and cordless. It does have a large battery capacity. It takes 3 hours to fully charge, and your uptime is up to 12 hours. It has a really nice, pretty, beautiful, portable, and compact design. It does have a belt clip back here, and I love this feature because it's perfect to add it to your belt if you like to do that. But I personally like to hang it up on my organizer for easy access. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how. So on my desk, I do have this little mini nail organizer with most things I need on hand, and I do mostly use all the time. And this belt clip, I'm able to easily just place it on the desk organizer, hang it, grab my handpiece, and it's just great for easy access. And here's how it looks. Super cute, and absolutely love this feature. So this is a 35,000 RPM efile. It also does have a powerful high torque of 320G.cm. I'm going to quickly explain what that means. A high torque efile will allow the efile to smoothly rotate, glide over the nail. Basically just cutting down anything, debulking, cuticle prep, anything like that. If you often find your nails skipping and are having to add pressure to get it to cut, usually it comes down to having a low torque efile that in simple terms can't keep up. With my previous efile, I did notice that when doing removals, I would actually work it at the full 35,000 RPMs. And even though me doing that, I would constantly add pressure to try to quote unquote get it to speed up my process. But eventually either ways, I would end up still taking the full 4 hours to remove half a set. Obviously, when you apply pressure to the efile, eventually it will cause strain on your hand, especially right about here. That then can lead to arthritis, carpal tunnel, which I did end up getting for a good long time, to the point where it didn't actually go away. So I did stop doing my nails for 4 months. I couldn't hold an efile anymore. I don't know if you guys noticed, I was gone for quite a while. That basically just straightened my hand really bad. I do sometimes have flare-ups here and there. Usually I stretch my hands now and kind of just massage them. I usually do not get flare-ups so often though, but it is something I do have now. So high torque is efficient and faster. So hopefully that helped you kind of understand the importance of a good and powerful e-file. Most likely if it's $30, $50, I definitely feel like it's a low torque e-file and it's not the best, to be honest. I see a lot of e-files that are literally like $10, $20. They're pretty cheap, honestly, and it might just mess up your hand in the long time and or your nails. You can probably overfile your nails. I'm going to show you guys a little quick comparison between my old e-file and my current new one, which I definitely can tell right away just by even just trying it out that it is definitely a huge upgrade. You guys can see it's much more compact, super small. The handpiece, you guys can notice the difference right away too. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the quietness. This is just at 1. Have a little bit of vibration that can also cause carpal tunnel, arthritis, anything like that. Next, I want to show you guys how quiet this one is. I'm going to turn both at 15 RPMs. And turn this one. But yeah, just something I thought I'd share. You guys can definitely test it out yourself. And yeah, I'm definitely saying goodbye to this e-file. It's just no good. I've had it, I believe, for 2 years. But yeah, like just trying this one out, I definitely noticed a huge difference. So here I went ahead and laid everything that comes in the e-file. You're able to see what you get. Also, you guys can use my discount code at checkout #12 to save 12% off your purchase. I'm also going to be going over my polygel application step by step in real time, and I'm also going to go ahead and show you guys me using the e-file and how it works. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I created this gorgeous set here. Now we are going to go ahead and get started on prep. We are going to go ahead and be working with my non-dominant hand. I'm going to help you out and give you guys tips on how to do that, and I'm also going to help you achieve 4-week retention. So first, we're just going in and gently pushing back our cuticles. You guys can see it's just coming right off. I do have several cuticle pushers, and most of them do not do this. They don't really push anything back and they don't lift that dead cuticle skin up, but this one does. So make sure you do get good cuticle pushers. I'm just doing that very gently to each and every single nail, and now we are finally done. Here's how our cuticles look. Next, we're going to grab this bit here that I showed you guys that I absolutely love. We're only going to be using this bit alone. Here's how it looks. We're going to go ahead and just lock our e-file, and we're going to turn our e-file to 6 RPMs. And we're going to start by working it in reverse just because we were working with our non-dominant hand. Again, so we're dividing the nail in half, and we're only working on that half of the nail. We're doing it in one direction, one motion. You want to keep your file going. Otherwise, if you stay too long in a place, you can also overfile your nails. Light feathery motions, you're not applying pressure at all. And I'm using my thumb here to go ahead and reach these little crevices right here. I love this bit. It pushes back, it exfoliates, it removes that cuticle skin. It's just a wonderful bit. Like, I highly recommend it. Look how beautiful and clean it looks. I'm going to go ahead and show you once more. Again, dividing the nail in half, and you're working only on half of it in one direction. Light feathery motions, we're going in and just removing that cuticle. And now to reach the little crevices there, again, we're going to use our thumb to pull that skin back so we're able to see that. And look how beautiful it removes that cuticle. Very light passes. I'm again pulling the skin so I'm able to see clearly. And I'm able to reach that place there. I love this bit. Like I'm telling you guys, look at the difference. It's super good. Now we're going to go ahead and remove any dust. You want to make sure that you're able to see what you're working with. Otherwise, you can overfile your nails. So make sure you're cleaning up any dust. We're going to go ahead and switch to forward now. Again, divide the nail in half and you're going from the center outward very, very gently. We're also going in exfoliating around the cuticle area, any dead skin. Really light feathering touches to the nail. And look how beautiful this looks. This is the way I do it. This is the way that I basically am able to achieve 4-week retention with polygel nails. But yeah, here now we're going to go in and just gently go ahead and just remove this dead skin around here. Look how beautiful and clean this looks just using this bit alone and just pushing back your cuticles. You guys can also achieve this. I do recommend also using a flame bit if you feel like you need to. I personally didn't feel like it. I don't think I needed it. Look, it looks absolutely great. I'm gonna let you guys enjoy watching this process and let me know if any tips help or if you guys don't understand anything. Literally leave me any comments. I'm super happy to help. So here you guys can see I'm trying to get this skin off. I can't do it. So what we're going to do is now we're going to go ahead and switch to reverse, still at 6 RPMs, and look how beautiful and clean that does it. I went ahead and turned it in reverse now. We're going in and just clean any dead skin around our lateral walls or sidewalks, my bad. That's in Spanish. Same thing here, still real in reverse. Gently. You guys can see it works beautifully. Just using this bit alone. And I am working with my non-dominant hand as well. I'm not pressing it onto the skin like that. I'm just gently going over it. Now I'm back at forward. It's still at 6 RPMs. Now, just from the center outward. We're gonna go to reverse. So here we still have some skin, so I'm gonna just quickly only touching the skin now. Now I'm gonna turn on my dust collector just to go ahead and remove any dust from my nails. It is pretty loud, that's why I turned it off. And now we're just gonna go in and grab our cuticle pusher and just gently push them back once more. So usually I use a combination of the flame fine bit and this one together, but again I didn't have a lot of cuticle and this bit alone just did everything for me. Push back my cuticles, remove cuticles, and we have this gorgeous, beautiful, and clean look. Great bit. Like I said, I've had I believe 3 MelodySusie e-files already, and they always include that bit, and that bit is my favorite. Next we're gonna go in with a sanding band. They do include this one, but I do prefer the little small one. Remove this bit here, place this one now. Make sure you leave a little bit of space. Oops, not like this. Kind of tilt your e-file to the side and then lock it. Then we're gonna go in and still at the same RPMs, we're gonna go in reverse because I am working with my non-dominant hand. And as you guys can see, the e-file is super quiet. And now I'm gonna just gently feather in a feathering motion. We're just gonna go in. I prefer to work the nail in half. This is just a preference because I'm working with my non-dominant hand. I divide the nail in half like this, and I'm working from the center outward, center outward, center outward, and then I go from outward, inward, We still do need to file a bit here. So usually what I do is I just kind of pull that skin using my other finger. And just gently. And boom, we have that now. Another way you can also do it, if you're not comfortable doing like that, go ahead and just slightly, I'm going to turn up the speed to about 12. And we're just going to gently you want to make sure you do not add any pressure when doing this. You will overfile your nails. Just touch. And we're working from this area right about here. We're just going in and making contact now to reach this part of the nail. That is why you want to make sure that your bit is laid a little bit higher. And that's basically it for my prep. Very easy, very simple, and usually my nails do last up to 4 weeks as well. Now we're just going to remove any dust. I'm going to do that to each and every other nail, and then we're going to get started on our polygel application. Now using one of these brushes, I do have two. I use one for dusting and one for this in particular. So the first one, I'm going to go in and just remove any dust. Usually if you have any dust, it lies around here on this little crevice. So go ahead and just quickly remove that. You went in with this one, but this one will not do the job for you. So make sure you use this one instead. Now we're going to grab another one. It would be great if you had two different colors. And let's just go in and now just apply a little bit of alcohol. This is 91%. Just a tiny bit of that. And then scrub your nails very well. Go outward like this, and then this one outward this way. And look at your nails. Perfect for application now. Right, next for prep, these are 3 items I'm going to be using. Both my primer and dehydrator are by Model 1s. Then my base coat is going to be Macart. And apply one coat to each and every single nail. And we're going to do 2 coats of this. I don't like how the brush always tends to split on me, so I have to go in and basically submerge it in the dehydrator. Last one. But once I have my dehydrator on, I'm going to go ahead and glue my tips. These are tips that I might be using. I'll be having them linked below if I can find them. I'm not even sure where I got them from. So this is the glue I'm going to be using. I just got it off of Shane, any random glue. Also, I do want to mention that I am going to be working a little bit fast just because I do have to be at a doctor appointment very soon. So I'm trying to work a little bit quicker than normal. I am going to be making these stiletto. I have stiletto tips, but I do not like them just because my nails have a strong C-curve. Most straight nail tips don't work on me, even though I do prefer straighter nail tips. But here's how this nail looks. I do about 3 little tiny dots in the center. I'm going to grab my efile and I'm going to turn it again reverse because we're working with our non-dominant hand. And I'm going to go to about 15 RPMs. We're just going to blend the nail tip to our natural nail. And then I'm going to go all over the nail. I would recommend using the normal kind of mandible nail. I'm not going to attempt too lazy to change it. Like I said, I'm on a time crunch. Yeah, I'm just going to continue that to each and every single nail and I'll be back. So here's how they look. Now I am going to reshape them to a stiletto. You guys know I love stiletto. I miss my stiletto nails. I forgot I have a nail here. But yeah, we're going to quickly do that. First have to trim them. I don't know what length I want to do just yet. I'm not going to do too long this time. I'm going to grab my brush and file. This is probably one of my favorites. It works really good. And we're just going to go ahead and just shape that stiletto up. So here's how my nail tips now look. This one I feel like it's corroded. It looks kind of straight, but then when I do it like this, it looks corroded to me. I'm just going to go ahead and show you my application for 3 of them only. I don't want to make the video too long. And again, just a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, 91%. We're going to remove any dust that we have from filing. Now we're going to go ahead and start our application. Now we're going to be needing a paper towel or a tapping dish, a fine candlelight holders, anything like that. Those are really pretty. I'm going to pour 91% isopropyl alcohol into my tapping dish. So I'm going to be using this Reserve Polygel brush. We're going to be going in with Pink Harmony by Nail Reserve, of course. We're going to do 2 thin coats of the nail primer by Model Ones. And instead of brushing it on, I usually just scrub it, especially around the cuticle area. I'm gonna let that dry. And again, I do my prep one by one. That is what I recommend for polygel, just because you might take some time applying this, and then by the time you get to the nail, your prep is basically wasted. I'm gonna go in with the second thin layer. Make sure you do not get this on the skin. Okay. Let that air dry. Now we're going to go in with our base coat by Macart. And the one thing I'm going to tell you guys here is use a very thin layer. You do not need too much. I'm just going to start by applying it on the nail tip first. And then we're going to do a full cure of 60 seconds. And then we're ready to start our application. Since I'm working with my non-dominant hand, I recommend you place your tapping dish or brush on the opposite end. So here, since I'm going to be working with this hand, here we're just going to go a little bit farther away from the cuticle area, a little bit more, and then just like so. I'm gonna submerge my brush first and remove any excess, pat away any excess. You don't need too much. So we're not gonna touch this top here. We're only gonna touch the little end right about here. And gently push that back towards the cuticle. You wanna make sure you leave a little hairline gap here. That is gonna make sure you get no lifting and your cuticles are sealed. Just patting to the sidewalls. Same here, we're not going to touch the top, we're just touching the little sides and pulling the product here. As you can see, we basically have our apex still there. Now here at the edge, I do touch the little top. It's a tiny bit. And then we're just going to cover the entire nail tip. And that is basically it for application. I'm going to grab my brush here and we're going to submerge it again just a bit. And we're going to remove most of our slip solution. And now we're just going to go around here. To make sure that none is touching the skin. Look how beautiful that looks. Now we're going to go ahead and do a full cure. I'm going to do 90 just because this is a thick layer and we did it all in one go. I think I'm going to actually just move a little bit of product to the side here. And so here's how it now turned out. Look at that beautiful apex. We of course still have to seal the cuticle area to make it look even much better. That is what our efile is going to be used for. Alright, so I did change my lighting just a bit so you guys are able to actually see. I feel like there's too much lighting. So I did change my exposure a little bit down so you guys are hopefully able to see better. Okay, now next thing we're going to do our prep again. And making sure we don't have too much on our brush. Again, thin layer. Too much of a thick layer can also cause lifting. Let's start off by applying the thin layer on the nail tip first. And then we're going to move our way up. And cure for 60. Right now we're going to do it in 2 steps, and I'm actually going to show you with the spatula now. Wet your spatula first, wipe any polygel you have on it. I still have a bit. And you just want to grab, depending on the nail, we're going to grab a medium. Actually, I would say it's pretty small. We're going to start at the nail tip. I'm going to grab a little bit of our slip solution. Remove any excess, you don't want too much. And we're only going to fill the free edge now. Up. I feel like I grabbed way too little. Let's grab a bit more. We're just brushing it downward. I feel like for this polygel in particular, 70% is better than 91. 91 makes it more softer. And I prefer firmer polygel. It is pretty firm, but when mixing it with 91%, it's softer. It's still easy to work with. It's not runny. But I still prefer the firmer consistency. Let me try. So here's how that looks. We're going to go ahead and cure for 90 seconds. Alright, so here's how it looks. Now we're going to grab our spatula again. And we're going to grab a medium-sized bead because we are going to build our apex now. I'm going to place it again a little bit farther away from the cuticle area. Okay, we have a little ball here. Again, we only want to touch this top right here. And this side, which is going to be this side right here, this. So pull it towards the sidewalks. That's what we're going to be doing. Once you touch this, you basically ruin your apex. Okay, so first I'm going to start by the sidewalls this time. And on this side, we're gonna pull. And now we are going to go ahead and do the cuticle area. And you do want to leave a gap again. I don't know if you guys can see the gap. There's a tiny little gap there that I'm going to leave. That is going to make sure that you get no lifting in the cuticle area. Okay, so here's how it looks so far. I'm going ahead and just stretching my skin here to go ahead and fill this little gap. Easy. And now this, we're just gonna blend this out. Here we still have the little apex a little bit too high, right about here. So we're just gonna pull a little bit. And we're just gonna grab a little bit, small amount. And look, it blends pretty easily. If you have little bumps here, you guys can see there's a very tiny little bump. You probably cannot even see it. But just go ahead and lightly brush it. If you cannot brush your polygel like this, it usually means it's very sticky. Or it's like, it's probably not the best quality. So here are the sidewalks, the difference between the one bead and here's like the two. Of course, it looks a little bit weird, but you just want to make sure that you imagine that this part is sealed, and then obviously it's going to look better. But our apex is definitely built. Hope this explanation helped you. If it didn't, I will probably make another polygel application video again soon. But yeah. You want to start by placing the polygel a little bit hairline away from the cuticle area. You're basically going to press down your bottle a little bit more towards right here. And you start slowly letting go of the tube so it doesn't release as much polygel. Hopefully that makes sense. I feel like I didn't explain that well here. So here we're going to go in. Again, I'm pressing a little bit harder so more polygel comes out. Again, hairline away. Continue pressing. Okay, we have an air bubble. Good. And that should be honestly enough. Sorry if this didn't come out the best, but I think it's still understandable what I mean. So here's how it should actually look. Hopefully kind of this makes sense that I pushed it back. But usually it would come out like this. You have a lot of product here, and then slowly, you know, you have less. That is going to help you build a nail in one go. Okay. Same thing, we don't want to touch the top here at all. That is going to build our apex for us. I'm going to explain it pretty quick, and I'm going to go a little bit faster now. Same thing, pushing it to the sidewalls. Again, I did not touch the top, I touched the little end there. Same thing, sidewalls. Okay, here, I think. Hold on. I'm having trouble seeing. And we're pushing it towards the side. I'm gonna pull it to the front now. In here, I do have a little bit too much. Just right here. I'm gonna pull from right here. Just a tiny bit though. We have a little air bubble there. Oh, it's gone now. No, it's not. Okay, so now we're going to work at the cuticle area. And again, you want to just gently push it there. And now we're going to pull from the sides that excess polygel, just only on the sides. Okay. Here's how it's looking so far. I'm gonna work now this way so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. And so here's how it looks. Super pretty. Our cuticle is very flush. None is touching the skin at all. We have the hairline little gap away. And then again, cure for 90 seconds. Beautiful. And look at that, just cuticle. It's super nice. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and hurry up and finish. Right, so my application is done. I'm gonna grab 91% isopropyl alcohol, and I really need to finish up quick. I literally am running very late. Hopefully I make it in time. Okay, so we're just gonna wipe away. I forgot I don't have a nailer. Wipe that tacky layer, and that's basically we're gonna start filing. I will be doing that tomorrow, just because I'm out of time. But of course, for you, it's gonna be in a few seconds. Yeah, here's how the color looks. Super pretty. My application was very, very quick, and some of them do need a little bit more shaping, but that is okay. Okay, I'll be back. See you guys. I'm gonna go in into the cuticle area. I'm gonna go ahead and just unlock my efile. I love this bit here. It's an extra fine bit. Difference between the medium and the extra fine. Most of the nails I don't have too much bulk, so I think using the extra fine will be good. But if you have a lot of bulk, I recommend upgrading to the medium coarse. This one I got in case I sometimes, you know, just bulk up my nails way too much. Let's go ahead and start our handpiece. Again, you want to leave a little gap here, just like so. Locked it in place, and we're going to turn to 13 RPMs for forward. Again, since I'm working with my non-dominant hand, we're going to go ahead and turn it to reverse. But first, I'm going to up the speed. How much did I say I was going? I already forgot. That's 13. We're gonna go ahead and turn it to reverse. So it's very quiet and super lightweight. Especially that when working with my non-dominant hand, I notice usually it kind of just puts a strain on my hand as well, just because I'm working with a hand that I usually don't. But this one I did work with it, my cuticle prep, and my hands are fine. I noticed right away. I'm only going to show you guys my shaping for 2 fingers, just because I noticed while editing this video already, it's up to maybe 40 minutes already. It's super long, so hopefully I can cut back on it, otherwise it might be way too long. So I'm gonna just start efiling. We're just gonna go fully here like this. And the one way I recommend to actually work when doing a non-dominant hand, I often do get asked, how do you do it? So you guys see this part here of my dust collector. I'm laying in this part of my hand, my wrist, right about like this. Of course, I'm trying to stay in frame, so I do just stay up a little higher. My hand's pretty fine doing that. You guys can see that. Just like this. And look how beautifully that sealed my cuticle. Another thing, if you do not have something to lay your hand on like that, it does have to be a little bit higher. We have my desk here. I do recommend this hand rest here. It'll also work perfectly fine, especially because it's higher. You can lay your wrist right here and you're able to work more better, especially if you want to draw or do anything when you're working with non-dominant hand. That is going to help you, and it's going to give you so much support, and it's going to make everything easier. Do not work in the air. Literally, that also can cause strain on your hand. Now I'm also going to seal this one here. Here's how it looks so far. We have a little bit of bulk right here, just a little bit, not too bad. And again, I'm kind of pulling the skin using my thumb. And look how flush that looks. Super pretty. Look at that very nice apex they have there. Sometimes it looks like I don't have an apex when we finish our application, but it just comes down to seeing that cuticle area. That's going to give you a flush cuticle. Alright, and next, now we're just going to go inward just a bit to taper the sides because they look a little bit bulky. The rest I'm just hand filing. I usually do not tend to use my efile for the entire nail unless, like I said, they're very bulky, but I think my application is very not like great, but it's pretty okay to the point where I don't need to use my efile for the entire nail. But yeah, we're just gonna quickly seal the cuticle. I do like to work a little bit quicker, so I'm gonna turn it up to 15, actually to 16 RPMs. Yeah, I like 16 RPMs better. See what makes you comfortable. Literally, I've been doing this for 5 years, so I'm able to work at very high speeds, no problem. Here's the mix. Okay, that's it for the sealing cuticle. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest off camera. Like I said, I don't want to make the video too long. So here's the hand file I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna be using Zebra hand file. Okay, I do need to season my hand file so it doesn't cut me. So here now I'm just going to go ahead and go around it just like this to kind of just round out the ends, and most of the bulk will stay right about here, and it's going to give you a really nice shape. Let's just do do that slowly. Very sharp because now I love my stiletto nails. Very sharp. I was thinking of doing maybe them round because I really love that look as well, but I miss having stiletto nails. Now from this side we're gonna go inward, so we're going this way, doing this sort of motion, if that makes sense. And you can look up at the nail like this. You guys can see we have less bulk here, so that means to even it out we need to kind of go in here. You can again use your ear file, but I prefer to hand file. I don't know, I noticed when I hand file I have more control. When I hand file I feel like it just looks so much better. This time I'm just moving my hand. Here's how it looks. So we do have most of the bulk right here, so we're just going to grab our efile really quick and turn on my nail dust collector to remove the dust. We're at forward and at 16 RPMs. I'm going to change that to reverse. Actually, no, we're going to keep that at forward because I'm working this way. Look how beautiful it looks. Now that looks perfect. Now that's basically it for my e-filing process. Very easy, honestly. Like I said, it just depends on your application. I don't need to do too much. And here's how now it turned out. I'm gonna still make it a little bit sharper because I really like my stiletto nails to be super sharp. So just continue doing that to each and every single nail. And we're gonna go ahead and just gently buff the nail surface. Here's how it looks after buffing. I'm gonna turn my dust collector to remove this dust. Alright, so next we're gonna go ahead and apply some isopropyl alcohol. This is 71%. And we're just gonna grab a lint-free wipe, just remove that dust. How beautiful that shape looks. Now I recommend, there's still little dust here that lint-free wipe alone cannot get rid of. So again, I'm going to suggest you head over to your bathroom, grab this little brush. I am going to use the same one that I use for isopropyl alcohol, and we're just going to go ahead and soap up our hands and just, you know, to go ahead and just remove all of that dust from around the cuticle and the sidewalks. And that is also going to help your retention as well. So I'm going to do that and then I'll be back. So here's how the nails now look once I went ahead and washed my hand. There's no dust. Super clean and very flush cuticles. And that is going to give you the perfect no lift nails for up to 4 weeks. Now let's go ahead and get started on our design, which I actually do not know what to do yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly try to brainstorm something. tiny heart. And here's basically everything we're going to be using for now. Alright, so you are going to need a little round or flat brush. Make sure it's a thin one. And a liner as well, preferably a long 9mm. Rhinestone glue, usually I use my cards and a mix of this one in my sets, and they've lasted over 4 weeks. You guys have seen my sets. My nail charms are always intact, but we are going to go ahead and be also trying out an alternative version. This is from Shein. It was about $2, I believe, or probably $1. I believe they were about $1 or so, and I got like 3 of them. Well, I'm going to be using my Born Pretty Super Top Coat. I love this top coat, one, because it's super glossy and very shiny. It is scratch resistant. It has a non-yellowing formula. I absolutely love the brush on this bottle here. It's very thin and it's definitely different. Look how beautiful this brush looks. Look at the bristles. Super nice. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly demonstrate how I glue my charms down and make sure that they stay on. This is the way I do it. I kind of was just messing around, and that's the only way that I got them to stick down. So I'm going to stick to what works for me. Might be a little bit time consuming, but like I said, if they stay on, that's all I really care about. So we're going to go ahead and place our charms on the back end like this. So I'm going to be testing out this one on the thumb, and I update you guys in a few weeks. In another video, I will let you guys know how this one actually glued. I do want to also inform you guys and give you guys an alternative to this one as well, which I don't think it's too expensive, but I feel like it's way too overhyped, to be honest. I'm going to be using this one to test out first. Here's how the bottle tip looks. I will show you guys this one here. Here's a little difference. This one is a little bit more thicker. I also really love this one because it's pretty thick actually. It will maintain its thickness if you want to do 3D art, chrome designs. This is actually pretty good as well. Alright, using some tweezers, go ahead and just pick it up, and we're going to go ahead and trace it. Just spread that around. So here's how our charm looks. Using tweezers, we're going to go ahead and pick up our charm up, and I'm going in and just tracing the back end of this nail charm here using the Mystery Rhinestone glue. You want to be very generous with your rhinestone glue, and here's how it looks. Now we're going to go in and top coat the nail using our Born Pretty Super Top Coat, one very thin and generous layer. Alright, so we have not cured our top coat. Make sure you're not cured yet. And we're going to go in with little crosses first. I'm grabbing my tweezers to pick them up. And we're just going to place them on there. Alright, next I'm going to go in with the heart. Just want to gently open your tweezers and drop it. Now we're going to grab the cross. I'm going to just move the placement. This one a little lower. And that's perfect. You can go in and flash cure. I do recommend you flash cure and then go into your lamp. But since this is my thumb, I'm going to just go in and do a full cure of 90 seconds. So on to the next. Now we're going to be using this one. And we're just using the little pointy end to squeeze some rhinestone glue gel out. Just like so. And we're going in and just following a little path here. Kind of doing like a little kind of U, and this is where my caviar beads and my metallic little balls are gonna go ahead and be placed. And then this gel is actually pretty great. It stays in place. It doesn't move my caviar beads around at all, so that is one thing I really loved about it. And using this XXC liner brush, we're gonna grab a little bit of that gel from the nail here, and we're just using that little gel to pick up the little caviar beads. So I do have a little pattern going on. It's 3 caviar beads, a metallic little bead, another 3 caviar beads, a metallic bead, and just so on and so forth. Now that I do have this placement down, I do recommend to flash cure. I didn't feel like it, to be honest. And top coat the rest of the nail where I can. And where I can't get to, I'm going to use my liner brush. Some might say that this is really time consuming, but trust me, I prefer my charms to stay intact because often people ask to see my nails, and if there's something missing, I often feel like super upset with it. At the beginning, when I love charms, but I just couldn't get them to stay down. And now that I can, I love to show my nails. Here at the sides. Right, next I'm gonna go ahead and pick up my little butterfly here. And go ahead and fix any or remove any little caviar beads. Once you have your placement down, go ahead and do a flash cure and then do a full cure of 90 seconds. Here's how it looks. We do have some little crevices from the little charm that are not filled, so we're gonna go ahead and do to prevent our hair getting caught on it or just tugging off. We're gonna go ahead and fill the little gaps using this gel, rhinestone gel here. This thing is absolutely incredible. I absolutely love it. I use like 3 different kinds of rhinestone gels. My potted one, this one here, and my tube one. And look at the difference. It is filled in. There's no hair getting stuck. It's not gonna tug off. It's gonna stay intact. So we're just going in and applying that little kind of metal under the charm where we have the little opening, and then we're gonna go ahead and just squeeze it out. So you do not want to start squeezing the product out until it's under that little crevices first, so it's able to fill it entirely. Quickly go in and flash cure the nail, and look how beautiful this looks. There's no little gaps anymore. It's completely filled, and your charm isn't gonna go anywhere. It's not gonna get caught on your hair. And now we're gonna go in with this rhinestone glue gel. We're gonna go ahead and pick some product up, and you're just gonna go ahead and brush this over the caviar beads, the metallic little beads. It is no wipe, so once you cure it, there's no tacky layer at all. This is gonna give them extra security. They're not gonna go anywhere. And the perfect thing also is that they will stay that same color. That silver will not tarnish. Often if you do not do this, you will notice that your metallic little beads or your caviar beads would turn either clear, and your metallic ones would turn kind of like a greenish, uglyish color. And here we're using our Born Pretty Super Top Coat to just top coat the nail rhinestone, and then we went ahead and did a full cure of 60 seconds on that nail. Onto this nail here, you went ahead and already just kind of outlined where I want this chain to lie first using this gel here, and then I'm going in just removing any excess using some nail clippers. And basically this already, we have our placement down. It's gonna just work very well. And just go ahead and move that to make it follow your nail shape, and then we're gonna go in and do a flash cure of about 10 to 15 seconds. Beautiful. Now let's go ahead and quickly do a flash cure. Next, we're gonna go ahead and grab this butterfly, really pretty European type of charm, and we're using this Macar rhinestone glue. Again, I will have an updated video later on and show you guys which one kind of worked best. Again, we're just applying some to the back end of the nail charm, and we're using our Born Pretty Super Top Coat. Just top coat the nail, any crevices here. Again, use a liner brush if you can't reach that area. And without curing your top coat, we're gonna go ahead and apply our charm directly on top of it, just like so. And then once you have that down, flash cure it into place, and then go in and do a full cure of 90 seconds. Here I already went ahead and filled the little gaps. Again, I'm not gonna go too much into full detail and explanation for this video just because it is quite long. So in my next video I will be showing you guys exactly how I place my charms and everything. I will be giving a better explanation, and I'm also going to go ahead and update you guys on the retention for each nail and how the rhinestone glue works, and if they worked or if they didn't. But basically here I went ahead and applied my little frame there, and then I did a flash cure. Now we're going in with our top coat here and just top coating the entire nail. Beautiful. I really love these frames. I definitely am going to get more. Here I already went ahead and measured out my little chain, and I'm just going in and applying it directly using some tweezers, moving it around. We're not curing our top coat just yet. Look how beautiful this looks. After that, we're going to go ahead and just flash cure this into place as well. So next, it is kind of hard to find charms that fit in the middle, but I do not like to leave the little frame blank, so we're going to use our rhinestone glue, fill that gap in just a little bit thin layer first, and we went ahead and used our liner brush to go ahead and just spread that around. And then we're going to go in and do a full cure of 60 seconds now, curing our top coat, curing everything else, and keeping it in place. Once you're done with that, go ahead and cure in just a very thin layer. And now we're going to go in with the second layer. We want to fill the entire little frame here, just because the charm that I'm using does need to be placed right on top of the charm, and it does need kind of like a flat back area to lay on. But here we went ahead and just filled that in, and you guys can see it's very much well filled in. And again, we're just going to go ahead and do no flash cure this time. We're just applying it directly on there, kind of just creating a little puddle for it to kind of just hug onto our little sakura flower there. Then we went ahead and did a full cure of 60 seconds. Now onto the next nail, we went ahead and already applied some rhinestone gel on the back end. Again, just placing it where we want it to be. Then I went ahead and did a full quick flash cure of 5 seconds. Here we're using this gel here, and we're just outlining where we want our caviar beads and our metallic little beads to lay down. So the little pattern that I'm doing here is 4 caviar beads and then a metallic little ball, 4 caviar beads, a metallic little ball, and just so on and so forth. Same thing here, and we're just kind of doing it a little how would I explain this, like a little ass around the nail. Super pretty. Go ahead and flash cure it into place really quickly, and now we're just going to go in with our Born Pretty Super Top Coat, apply top coat around the surrounding areas. Also, I do want to mention that I am top coating each charm. I don't know if I guess I didn't show it, but I am top coating the frame, I'm top coating the sakura flower, the chain, everything, to just give it an extra security and so it doesn't tarnish. Everything is getting top coated using my Born Pretty Super Top Coat. Even that kind of big butterfly, I also top coated at the end. But yeah, here just continuing applying our top coat, and then we're going to go in after and just apply top coat to the caviar beads and to the metallic little balls. I don't like to go directly all over the nail and top coat it, because then it just looks like a little puddly mess, and I don't like that. So I prefer to just go around the little area first and then lastly go on top of the caviar beads. And here's how it looks so far. So after I did go ahead and finish top coating the little caviar beads, I did go ahead and do a full cure of 60 seconds. And then here again we have those little gaps on our little charm, so we're just going in and just filling those gaps in. And then once you do that, flash cure, and then lastly we're going to go in and do a full cure of 90 seconds or 60 seconds, whichever you prefer. I honestly did 90. Absolutely loved working with this polygel. Super pretty color, not my usual go-to color, but overall I still really loved it. I also do have a discount code that you guys can use at the Nail Reserve website. I will be having links to everything that I use. I do recommend it. I think it's a great quality, very easy to work with, to be honest. I will again have an updated video soon of these nails on how they last, with the charms, the retention, anything, and also just showing you guys in full detail how to apply your nail charms and get them to stay. Beautiful color. I absolutely love the nail gel as well. Highly recommend. Again, don't forget to use my discount code Priscilla12 to save 12% off your purchase. Very lightweight, and I definitely can say I do recommend it 100%. There's no doubt in my mind that it is one that I can truly put my name and say that is a good efile. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this set. Did you guys enjoy it? Would you guys wear it? Any designs or any nails you guys would like me to do? Please don't hesitate to let me know. You guys can DM me on Instagram if you guys have a design in mind you guys want me to recreate, or try to go step-by-step tutorial. Again, just let me know. Any polygel videos, anything you guys want, please let me know. I'm trying to get back into actually doing fully nail content again. I think you guys definitely have noticed that. Let me know which design was your favorite. I absolutely loved it so much. Thank you guys all so much for joining me today. Please take care and see you guys next time. Goodbye.